I dug out an old HRV monitor out of the drawer yesterday. It's been sat in there for years. I put in a battery, fresh battery, and I thought I'll do a quick reading. Let's have a look how fucked this battered old 58-year-old is. So I've done a short bit of breath work beforehand to calm the old nervous system, activate the parasympathetic nervous system and all of that, and the old vagal brake. Bunged on the chest monitor and done a reading, and last night put that in, extracted all of the data, all the telemetry from that, and I did one this morning as well on waking to see the difference and to see how battered and fucked this old body is. And to say the results shocked me is a fucking understatement. So I took all of the readings, all the telemetry, and all of the mumbo jumbo, all of the scientific geekery, and I bunged it into Gemini, and I said, these are my HRV readings last night. First time I've done one in a number of years. So this was at 9 o'clock last night. The first lot of readings are, and the second are this morning, 6 a.m. on waking, so before the world's got a chance to get at you. So I put it all in, and it came back and it said, are you sure these are your readings? And I said, yes, definitely, 100% they are my readings, taken on my dodgy old shonky old fucking HRV monitor, and through Elite HRV, who I've got no affiliation to. Those are my readings. And it said, for a person of your age, these results are outstanding. So I questioned and I said, explain, blah blah blah. Went into it. So my HRV reading was 116. Elite athletes read between 80 and 100. People of my age who are still under load on the old booze and all the rest of it are lucky to get out of the teens. Hence, he said, are you sure these are your readings? So 116 HRV, and what that tells you is that everything that I do is working. So it tells you basically how adaptable you are for day-to-day stressors. So with my reading, it tells me that I can adapt to whatever the day's going to throw at me at 116. And the biggest thing that I put that down to is cold water. This is my reset. This is the vagal brake. This is the reset for the 3 a.m. voice and everything else. So this has taught me that my body and my mind are adaptable, and they can adapt to stressors. So cold water is a stressor. We all know that. And this is still cold water. Yes, the sun's out. Yes, it's 20 degrees. There's a wind today, so that's dropped it down a bit. But we're still well under 10 degrees temperature here in the glorious River Usk. My go-to, this is my therapy room. This is where, when I check in at the river, because apparently I'm not supposed to come on my own, it's dangerous, and I tell everybody else, don't go on your own, it's dangerous. So certain people tell me that I've got to check in, so I check in at the therapy room. So that's where I am, the therapy room. And this is my therapy. This is my antidepressant. This is my anti-inflammatory. This is all of those things and more. I've been out this morning, out amongst nature, had a walk along the canal, watching ducklings and fucking goslings and all sorts of things. Seen the old kingfisher and that. And then I went home, done a bit more writing and everything, done a load of analytics. And this year, on Facebook alone, to date, my content has had over 57 million views. 57 million. And that's not just UK, global. So 42% of my audience is the UK. And then it splits down between America, Australia, Canada. I was doing some stuff about the retreat that's going in October on the side of the Skirrid. The deposit went this morning. I've paid the deposit. It's booked, it's secured. I've got 5 confirmed people. So there are spaces, and I will be putting out some pieces about this. I've sent out an email to the people who said they definitely were in. I've had 2 responses back, so there are definitely 2 spaces and possibly 5. So that'll be coming out. That'll be being posted out, sent out, and that from that. So, like I say, cold water. This is my reset. This is where I come to fix my fucking head. But it's also been shown now with those readings and that data from the HRV that along with my mind, my body's adapting. And that HRV reading of 116, I'll do it. I'm going to keep on doing them now in the mornings on waking, and then I'll do some random ones. Like I'll bring the actual HRV down here with me. I'll do one before getting into the river, and then do one getting out of the river. So I'll have those readings. I have reached out to various tech companies to do some collaborations and things for wearables that, you know, monitor your HRV 24/7. So that's one thing. I seen a kingfisher this morning and I got distracted again by nature. Kingfisher down on the branch down there, just doing his thing, catching his tea. Yeah, so the retreat, like I say, deposit's gone, that's all booked. It's definitely going. 5 definites. I've got a lady flying from Australia. That just blew my mind. Coming from Australia to do some work with a miserable, grumpy old 58-year-old bloke on the side of the Skirrid. That's just mental. I got another lady coming from Dublin. Yeah, so it's all good. So like I say, keep your eyes open, keep them peeled. Tomorrow there will be some information coming out about it, and the possibilities of a few more spaces being opened up. Like I say, there's definitely 2. So if you're interested, drop me a message. Let's have a chat, and I can give you some more information about the retreat. Definitely 2 spaces. It's the 19th to 21st of October. It's in a 16th century Welsh farmhouse on the side of the Skirrid. They've got a natural pool, so the cold water will be in October, tail end of October, so the water will be dropping off nicely, so we'll get some cold water therapy done. They've got a sauna, so we can do contrast therapy. There will be my food. So the retreat, they're going to do breakfast and lunch, and then part of the afternoon work with me is proper nutrition. So that's going in. That'll be coming through, and that'll be a good thing. So then we've got the cold water work. We'll get up on a Skirrid, out of the accommodation, through the field, and you're on a Skirrid. One of my favourite walks in South Wales, in the Black Mountains. It's the last outcrop of the Black Mountains. What else? I can't think of anything else. So on that note, this is how you do a reset. This is how you reset the vagal brake. And this is how you activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Take care.